Hi, welcome to GMT FX Live. My name is Jefferson Arcos, and tonight we will be doing a presentation of Forex and my experience as a Forex trader as a mentor. Please take time to read that general advice disclaimer before you continue and take this information for your own sake. All right, this is me. I'm from Ecuador, South America. Moved to Australia in 1995. I live in Cairns, Queensland, with my family. I have my wife and 3 kids, all most of them growing up. I'm already a grandfather, and I have a passion for trading forex. And as we go into the presentation, I will explain all about it. So this is my home office. I've been for the last 10 years trading from here. I was published in the You Trading Edge magazine 2012, and they do an interview, so you can go and have a look about my career as a trader and as a mentor over there. So that's that. Now, what happened on there is a video called the Weekly Candle Close video that you can find on YouTube. In 2013, a strategy came to me, which is about the weekly candle close strategy. It has taken me 5 years to tune this strategy, and this is what we're going to talk partially about the weekly candle close strategy, which is that by you just log in there and have a quick look or what it is, and this one's there. Now, this the latest results that it's been having with the weekly candle close results, and that's from the weeks that 31, which is in August, 32, 33, 34, 35. This is only using the weekly candle close. That's the charts that I print in every day, every week, every year to shows the results of them. That's September results. So we're still looking, quite good. And that's the charts that I shows the power of the weekly candle close. That's October last month. The same thing. We ended up quite good, using 2 lot size and 1 lot size at the end. And that's what we have here. So everything has to do with the weekly candle close. That's the time frame that we trade. We make the decisions basis on that. That's where we're going over there. Now, this strategy that you see over here is a strategy that I've been following up for quite a long time. So this is one of my, from 2013, I've been recorded every single week of the year, perfecting this strategy as much as I could. So this strategy did not come overnight. This is something that is being, year by year. It's coming in, yeah, so that's all the weeks. So this is this year. We end at 46 at the moment, so I haven't updated that one there. But this is what is this. As well, I keep that from week 31, I keep the results. So this is last week results. So what we do over here is I just recorded results of the group. So I trade 2 groups, the high possibilities group and the low probability groups that we have over there. Using the group with 2 lot size, and group number 2, one lot size. Using the weekly candle close allow me to do this kind of trades. I have as well losses around. So, but at the end of the day, we're looking is the total into what we do. So this is part of that. Now we are 16 weeks approximate of a completed success with the strategy that we have. Now the big question everyone does to me is, why you do Forex? And I always look the benefits of things to do Forex is, we see the liquidity of the Forex is nothing compared to any other market that existed in this planet. The market hours, it doesn't close in 24 hours. So you're flexible for whatever job you have. You can trade at any time. One of the good things, you can start trading Forex with a very low capital money, which is allow us to anyone to start. If you go through other markets, you need a lot of money to start trading. There is no fixed lot size. It's only no commission, and it's just we pay the spread in and the spread out, and that's another beautiful thing as well, apart from the advantage of the margin-based trading that we can have. And another good thing that I look in is, profit regardless of market direction. Sometimes in the stock market we see that sometimes we have limit of what we trade. We can trade when the market is going up, and when it's coming down, sometimes they're closing. For me, it's the best ATM machine. So when I look in the benefits, actually, motivate me to trade Forex, and that's only few of the things that I can find. Why Forex? That's a very old picture. At the moment, I think we're going through the $5 trillion per day. So liquidity in the market of Forex is just, is growing up more and more. So I believe Forex is the best market because it's the only instrument that has a pair. So, like you see the stock market indices, commodities, um, anything that you can imagine is a single. So you need another kind of indicators to allow to trade. But with Forex, I like because it's always is a pair. It's the only market there. So my job is really to find who is weak, who is strong, put it together, and then I can have a cutting edge on trading. I always ask questions to people and say, what would you do if Mike Tyson fight with me next week? Where you going to bet your money? And that's actually, very, very quick answer you have. So we need to find the strong versus the weak put together, and we have to get it. Then from 2013, I came a very long journey of find all kind what I call index miras. And this is just one of those ones that was in the internet there. But I have tasted everything. I have built everything. And now I have my own sort of um, index mira, into this market. One of the things that as well when I started this business, people say, oh, trading is no different than gambling. And I said, look, I believe that the trading is gambling if you don't know what you're doing. It's like any other business that you started. If you don't have idea of what you're doing, yes, trading is gambling. So the key is education, and this is what GMT we offer you here is to get educated. So you're trading with understanding, you know what you do, and we help you and support through the whole journey and your trading career. Other people say that trading is risky, and always ask the question, well, tell me what is without risk in life? Driving a car is a risk. Opening a business is a risk. Nothing is a guarantee 100%. So for me, risk management is very important. There is no 100% strategy that can guarantee you success. So what you see in the results is only the balance between the winners and the losses. And at the end of the week, we ended up positive. And so that's what is risk management or money management is very important in trading. And we have as well tools that actually allow us to manage our risk in every trade. And this is me, I guess. Trading is very stressful. And this is when the weekly candle close came to place for me, because weekly candle close is a strategy, purely mechanical, a lot because it give me the direction of the market. So I don't have to, figure out, should I trade long, should I trade short? No, the weekly candle close takes the stress out of the trading, and this is what you're going to be learning. What you will get with us, we have a 2 days workshop. It's a downloaded version. At the moment, we'll doing the online version. So until we upload the workshop in there, and the 2 days we will go from A to Z about the weekly candle close strategy. Is a lot to learn into, and that's what you're gonna get, because I believe without these 2 days workshop, uh, you know, it's impossible to really, it's like a startup and what we're doing. But then it comes the interesting part, which is the daily educational webinars. And this is when, when people offer a lot of education institution offer 2 days workshop. And I think if they become traders straight away, I always say, tell me what doctor or engineer became doctor of engineer in 2 days. So trading is the same, the Forex is the same. It's a daily education webinar. So when we do the reviews of the strength meter and the high probability trade setups that we have, as well, I record these webinars and I send to, as soon the webinars are finished, compress, so and then send them to the inbox to everyone, so people can receive and watch in their own space. As well, we have the 3 options, which is as well the daily chat setups. So I do snipping tools of the trace. So I send those trays to people, and then from there people make a decision. So if they don't have time to come to the live webinars, if they don't have time to watch the record webinars, which is normally around half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, and so they can see the daily chat setups, which is exactly what we talk in the 3. So there is no excuse for anyone. And what I love it is it's not back testing, it's forward testing. So here we face every day on the right-hand side of the screen when there is nothing there. And the weekly candle close just tell us, what to do, how to do it. And yeah, so that's something that I love it. I've been doing for many years now, and a very, very high success. Now, a little bit of funny stuff. There is, we're looking how bad the economy. And this, I remember this one 2014, 2015, and I can see it right now. Every year we're just getting worse and worse and worse. Uh, the economy is not getting any better. I don't think so. It's every time I look the news, it's just getting more bad. This is a nice picture taken. Actually, this picture wasn't seen it, took it, and yes, so that's, I love it. Cats are very dramatic from there. I like this statement. When I looked the first time, I like what it says here. No matter the economy of the jungle, I can never eat grass. It's not pride, but it's who I am. And this is what we need to be looking. Yes, the economy is going down. Everything is going bad, but, it's just who we are is what it makes us really at the end of the day. And it's not pride. It's just we want to do things. Why trading? I believe benefits motivate anyone to push the boundaries. I always say to people, if I want to lose weight, I need to find the benefits of losing weight, not the excuses of losing weight, and that's actually when I see the benefits will motivate me. So this is the things, the psychology, affects in every single people's mind. And one of the things I like, the freedom the Forex gives is kind of perfect business, because you only need a computer, internet, and the right education. It's the best lifestyle. You can work from anywhere around the world. There's no limit. It's the profession of the wealthy. You contribute better in society, and you control your future. So I always like to keep these statements, to help me to continue no matter how hard it is trading, look for these goals in my life. This is 1,500 traders in one place. This is in London, trading from one of the biggest banks there. And I always say, I want to know what I know, because I don't have the money to move the market, but this guy does. So this is one of the things that I always do. Now, we got a few tools as well, and we got a semi-automatic trading tools included into workshops and webinars. One of my own creation tools is what we call the Donchen channel, and we will explain how it works, what it does, and how can free us to trade the market. We got another one which is called the weekly candle close midpoint indicate EA, which is as well, everything is related to the weekly candle close strategy. We got the golden candle and the pivot trader. So we got a lot of EAs to choose that are all created by the GMT. And these all tools are included with the workshops and the webinars into, and each one of these is, comes out of the weekly candle close. The EA triggers the trades when the price breaks the channels, even if it happened 2 a.m., where it breaks the trend lines, where it breaks the pivot, when it breaks everything. The EA does the best part of that. It has its own stop loss and take a profit, works in MetaTrader platforms. If the UNT4 has future index and commodities, it trades for everything at the end of the day. One of the best things about the E8 is that you're never going to miss a trade again. This is one of the disadvantages we have here in Australia, because when most of the trades happen in American time, and we all are sleeping, and we don't want to wake up to trade. So with these EAs, you're never going to miss the trade again. You don't have to wait for the trade. It's a set and forget system. No more stress, no more emotions. It's your best ever frame. And what I call is my trading partner, because and this is what we've been working very hard to bring those expert advisors with algorithms inside to help us to achieve the maximum of the weekly candle close strategy. And this is the contact of GMT Future. You please, if you want to know more. Now, one of the things that we do as well in here is that if you are interested in do the workshop, but you want to know what is inside, you are welcome to come for 3 days inside my live webinars. So when you will see with your own eyes what we do, how we do, and as well, I believe this is something good. You every week I will send you the results of what the weekly candle close is doing. Now, when I send these results as well, I send the chats at the end of the week that is doing those trades. So where our decisions were made, how many pips we did this week, and this is very valuable. So if anyone thinking that we don't do what we say, yes, we do. So we got different strategies. This is the Dongchen E8 setup, and here they are. So all those trades, this is when the start of the week is telling us over here what happened, and then we look at any sort of kind of entry to there. Normally Saturday morning, I try to close all the trades because I need to have the balance. So this will be, as long as you want it, we send you the reports week by week at the end of the week, of course. So you will have, you can make your decision not just based on what we say here, but base it, and you come to the 3 days live webinars, you see what happened over there, and then as well, we send you the results at the end of the week, so you can make your mind and say this. We will help you in anything that you want in, from technical, and my side is the trading education. Q&A is allowed in the webinars. You can send emails. We can help you. We have one-on-one as well sessions with it. If for some reason you need an extra push tutorial there. So we will not leave you alone. One of the different things of what we do compared to anybody else in this country. I've been in all the export around Australia, and everyone tried to sell you an educational package, but they're only interested to sell the educational package, get the money and run. We don't do that. We stick with you. We are there week by week. We see the results, and tell you, you're never going to regret it over there. This is something that is not much you don't see very often. Someone can offer you. I'm very confident in what I do, and this is why we offer there. Now, before I go, I'm just going to give you a quick, just very, very quick run about the weekly candle close. So what it really, if you look in the video that I say to you in YouTube, you will find the strategies. The only I'm using there is the weekly and the 4 hours time frame. And from here, you can make, so what we're looking is the direction of the weekly candle close, as there is a lot to learn from here. We try to close, every week that trades, just get the money and run. We have what we call a selection, what is a watch list. So if I show you the watch list of this week, where is that one there? Just let me find here. So what we what I provide every Monday at the beginning of the week is a watch list, and this is the watch list that that's last week. So this is the watch list. So in Monday, this watch list is being provided according to our index meta tool. And right over here, so this is the highest probability trade. This is the lowest probability trade. So when I say the highest probability trade is because we have the strong versus the weak. So this is Mike Tyson and Jeff Arcos, and here is Mike Tyson with maybe George Foreman. So that's the we don't know really the direction, but this one through the all 16 weeks, this watch list number one is the one that makes most of the money. So that's what we provided. So when we have that, and if this is the one we have here, now we got one of EA, what we call the pivot trader. The pivot trader will go draw a line and trade a break over there. So the only thing you do on Monday, this is the watch list. This is the EA we set up. Trade over here. It has his stop loss, his target. At the end of there are 64 pips, but you haven't done absolutely nothing from here. Just following the weekly candle close strategy over there. Let's see if that was in my watch list. So what the EA immediately does is just to look for the reasons there, trace from that break, and that it is. That's really very incredible in his own, because we provide it with the watch list every week. You come over here, you look over there, and then you put the EA to work, and they just run. And if we close in at the end of the week, that's 200 pips from there. Now, how much work you done? Not really much, isn't it? So there's pivot trader then. Then I have the Doncheng E8 as well, that it trades exactly the same thing with the trailing stop. Then we have the weekly candle close EA. Then we have the golden candle EA. So we got, like I said, we provide all the most sophisticated tools and EAs for you to succeed in this trade. Now, if we look in this, let's say this one was chosen by the market, and the same thing, the EA just will go run over here, find this pivot points, comes over here, finds the new pivot point, and that's your entry. That's the end of the week, 150. And the results that you see is just done by that. If you look in the 2013 YouTube video, this is exactly what I was doing over there. And that time I did not have a watch list, and that time I only have just follow the weekly direction, and that's all. And this is what we do. Now there are weeks when things are not working. That's fine. There is no problem, no issues, because this is our entry over there. This is where the EA will draw the pivot lines over there, trace from here, and then we're coming over there 70 pips stop loss, and then that's it, and nothing more that we can do. We just take the loss or take the small winner, and then we run, and that's it. So if this one is another one over there, the EA will go look for the first there, trace over here. That's our stop loss over there, 81 pips go. That's fine, but remember, we trade the whole list, and the list, we have this. So it says if this is the one that we're looking to trade over there, the same thing, the EA just go back, find the pivot, the last pivot, draw the lines, and trace over there. Now, who would like to trade like that, and then if you don't want to close the trade because you're already in profit, you can actually trailing this until it finishes over there, and then out of that trade, from here to there, 329 pips. That is not bad. One of the things I always say to people, the tops and the bottoms of the market only God does know. He never whispered to me, but I tend to leave the 20% of the top and the 20% at the bottom, whatever it is. So what our focus is this middle part, which is the 60%, and that's what the weekly candle close does. So that's the job. So it's only taking this bit. The weekly candle close is it's nothing that I have seen before, that impressed me so much. and here. And like I said, in this chopping markets is the index meta who actually give me which one to trade. He selected me for me that this is actually the one to trade. So if that's the weekly candle close over there, the EA comes, draws the lines over here, tries the break, and 150 pips, 160 pips over there. Who would like to have consistent profits every week, by following something very simple? This is only show you one of the EAs that we have. That's only one of those ones that we possess at the moment. And now have a look this one. A lot of people believe in indicators and they say, look, indicators without the price action are useless. And I believe that indicators without the weekly candle close are useless. One thing I noticed that every time the weekly candle close come out of my watch list is that this is the famous MACD, and that it is send results. It's changing from the low to the highest level of the zero level, and that it is. If we look at this one again, from the top, pass to the bottom, and there it is. You can trade anything that you want, and even everything that you do, but without the weekly candle close watch list one, nothing will work. That's all I can say to everyone, who attend to trade the markets. And that is another example over here. And then it's another one over there. And no matter, I have, used everything that you could imagine, and I enjoy this strategy no matter what I see, how I see. That's that people sometimes use the RSI. I like the RSI 50, and the same thing. So if this is low, then it is the low over there, and that is the profit. If this is bullish, that's about the 50, and that's, maybe break even from there. If this is another one over there, right over here, breaks, and it goes nowhere. Oh no, sorry, this is the Australia. It is. So there it is. So that now it makes sense from there. So if this is the weekly candle close over there, look where it is. Tell you, no, if you are already using any indicator, any system, that you only need the weekly watch list number one, and everything will work over there. The indicators don't work without that. And this is the magic of what we do right now with GMT and Jeff Arcus together. We have the best tools, the best education, the best indicators, best expert advices. And look, we will hold you hand by hand. We will not leave you until you succeed in this market over there. All right, so that will be my introduction webinar. So if you are interested, just contact Shane, and then he will pass me the names, and I will include you for Monday if you want it. So 3 days free live webinar. So you will see all the things in action over there with your own eyes. And so that's all I can say to you at the moment. I wish you the best, and then as well, with your permission, I will send you every week after the 3 days, that the end of the week, maybe possible Saturday when I finish everything, or Monday when it's sometimes Saturday and Sunday I want to go fishing, and but then I will continue send you what you see over here, the results of every week. And so you can see with your own eyes what the weekly candle close does. And as well, I show people, the power that this strategy actually works for everything. No matter what market you want to trade, it just completely, trades everything that you could ever imagine. There, I have few friends who trade in gold and silver, and I say, look, this is no difference than anything else. That's the weekly candle close over there in gold. That's the trend line, and that's your trade over there. Now, if that is no, what you dream for, so this is one. The market comes over here, looks the low over there, trades over there. That's your stop. I tend to move my stop loss in the fractals, move the fractals over there, and nothing has happened because, as I say, the market is, you have to these tools there. There it is. If that's my first there, weekly candle closes up, gold comes over here, breaks over there, and that we got the run. And sometimes we have big runs when the market just does this type of moves, find the trace, and that it is. And until the weekly is not changing over here, you continue looking only one direction. So every retracement from there is a nice way to continue trading there. So it's nothing, that you haven't seen before, I guess, but this is unique. The watch list number one come out of the weekly candle close strategy. It gave us the cutting edge for everything that you can imagine. You can trade the cryptocurrencies as well. There is nothing more over there. So that's a beauty. And we have another strategy which we will call the weekly golden candle, and that's where the market trades the golden candle. If the golden candle does not get, that's the next pivot, that's the break, and that's the run. Tell you, you hardly gonna get wrong. Now you're gonna have losses like any trade, but it's the balance at the end of the week. And then we can see the indices. We can see, the stock market as well. I will actually in the next presentation put a slide of the stock market as well, following what the market is doing using exactly the same strategy. All right. See you maybe hopefully Monday. So yeah, get in touch with Shane, and I will include it for the Trade Live webinars, and every weekend I will send you the results of my weekly candle close strategy. Good night to everyone. Cheers and bye.